Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, she's ready. Oh. Hi, everyone. Assalamualaikum to my Muslim friends. Can I request everyone to turn on their cameras so that we can see you? Okay. All right. So welcome to Cook Along with the Stars. I'm Norzailina Nordin, and I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Hi. Okay, today I'm feeling very privileged actually, all right, to share another recipe with you. So my request again, hopefully you will turn your cameras on, so I will be able to see you. Okay. So without further ado, we're going to start with our dish today. It's a very popular dish in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei, basically in the southeast of Asia. All right. So I will start with this beef. Well, it's called a chuck tender. Maybe you want to show here. Can everyone see? Okay. So it's always sold in a block like this. So I'm going to cut it now. Okay, along the grains. As you see, the grain is coming this way. All right. So I will get cut into about 3 large pieces. Is anybody cooking now? You can follow my steps. The case is this way. And we have 3 blocks here. Okay. So we will move to the stove to cook our beef, all right? So I have here 1.5 cups of water, which I will pour into the pan. As you can see, I'm using a SHEFU pan. It's energy saving, marble stoneware, okay, and very light also. All right. Well, if you have any questions as I'm cooking, please don't hesitate to ask me, okay? So I will switch on the fire now. Okay, and put in the beef. Okay. And cover it. Okay, someone please cover. Okay. So now we come to the ingredients for blending. Okay. Okay, so let me show you. Here we have chilies, okay, red chilies. So we need to cover our pot, right, so that it cooks nicely. All right, so we have here 2 red chilies, okay, and then a garlic. We have lemongrass, For those maybe from the Western countries, you don't have or hard to get the lemongrass, you can replace it with lemon, actually, the lemon ring. Only the method is a bit different because you will put it at the last minute of the cooking time, all right? Then we have 4 shallots. For those who are not familiar, these are the shallots with the skin, okay? And then we have the large onion, or it's called Bombay onion, okay? These are very suitable for Eastern cooking, especially in the Asia. And then for Western cooking, we would use the Holland onion or the white onion, because this one goes very well with spices, all right? So garlic, I think everybody knows. Is anybody cooking there? May I know whether you're okay with the ingredients? Have you peeled the onions? Any response?
Got a question.
Yes.
In the UK, I wasn't able to get the lemongrass, but I have the lemon. This one, it's interchangeable. The lemongrass in the dried lemongrass. Is it interchangeable?
Yes, it's exchangeable. Yeah, you can use yeah. Okay, you can use the dried ones. Yes, that's okay. Okay, so maybe for those who are not familiar, this is how a lemongrass looks like, and you just chop off the end and take out the middle part. Yeah, that's how it is. And we are going to use just about 2 inches of the white part and discard the others. Okay, all right. So now, as you can see, the water is boiling. Okay, and our meat is inside there, and we're going to leave it to boil for about 10-15 minutes. Okay, meanwhile, we have another ingredient which we want to blend also. This is chili flakes. Okay, I have used about 2 tablespoons here, but if you are not sure whether it's too hot or better use 1 tablespoon, because there's different preferences. Okay, that's it. So all these ingredients, we are going to chop it up, but let me show you how to discard the seeds actually from the red chilies, because the seeds will make the chilies hotter actually. So it's better if we can discard the seeds of the red chilies. Okay, so I'll put on my gloves. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to hold the chili likewise, and we are going to cut lengthwise. Okay, this way. As you can see, that's the seeds which makes the chili very hot. Okay, then we will use a teaspoon to remove the seeds. Okay, this is the way to discard the seeds. Make sure you wear gloves. Okay. Then we can remove it and chop it up. So is everyone okay? Especially for those who are preparing it. So that's the desiccated one. This one, I will not deseed it for some flavors. Malaysians and Asians especially don't mind the dishes being a bit hot. Okay, now we have our shallots, and I'm going to chop it roughly because it will go into the blender or the food processor. Okay, in case you can't get the shallots, you can replace it with another Bombay onion or red onion. Actually, it just the flavor just runs away a bit. just changes a bit, but it's still okay. So we have our 4 shallots here. I think it's time for me to turn the beef. Okay, so let's go to the stove. Okay, that's our beef. And I'm going to turn it this way. Okay, and let it cook for a while more. Okay, so I'll continue chopping the garlic now. We are using 6 cloves of garlic. Okay. Please let me know if you can't catch up with me. All right, for those who are cooking along with me. Okay, I'll slow down a bit. All right, this is the fresh lemongrass. You may use the white one, the dried ones, but we'll put it later. We won't blend it. Okay. Okay. So we can discard this part. And also our big onion, or it's called Bombay onion. So the steps in making this beef dendeng is not that complicated actually, like all the dishes from this part of the world actually. It involves stir frying and then adding the spices, and then perhaps coconut milk, which is largely used. All right, so that's our ingredients for blending. Since it looks quite a lot, so I will blend in 2 portions, okay? Okay, right, these are the onions, maybe a bit of chili. And we will add some water to facilitate the blending process. So let me move this here. So that's half of the ingredients I chopped up. Now we need to blend this. So maybe we will stir it a bit. Okay. So that it's well blended. So like I mentioned just now, if you have any questions, please ask, okay? So that we will, be able to, you will be able to enjoy this dish and to finish cooking it. So if you have a bigger blender, you can blend everything together. Now I'm going to move it to another bowl. Okay. So this is half of the ingredients which I have chopped and blended here. So this is how it looks like, right? So we will continue to blend the other half. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to put in the blade first. Okay. Be careful if you are, not using gloves, because the chilies might, make your, your hands, very hot and tingly. Okay. So this time I'm going to add the chilies, the dried chilies. Okay. Chili flakes. So this is really up to your own preference, how much you want to put in. So as the original recipe says, I put in about 2 tablespoons, and I will add a bit of water. Oh, we have one runaway chili here, so I'll just add that Okay. And I will start blending it. My mouth has started to water thinking of the dish. Yes, I'm going to cook now. All right. Is everyone okay? Those cooking, are you following? Are you following me? Can I have some response? Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. So now we will blend until it's very smooth. Okay. In the olden days, they used to pound actually with a pestle and mortar. Okay, but now we have blenders. Oh, what a bless. So that's our blended paste. And I will add it with the first batch. Okay, here we have it. So you can mix it up. Okay. All right. Smelling good already, and we haven't started cooking. Okay. So that's our blended paste. Okay. Our Bombay onion, the large red onion. Okay. And our garlic and our shallots. Okay, so this is the blended paste. Now we're gonna put that aside. Okay, let's go and see our beef. I think it's doing well. So I will have a look now. Yes. Okay. So we will turn it once more. I think because we don't have to really cook it actually, you know, because it's a chuck tender, so it's yeah, it's supposed to be tender. Okay, so I'm going to remove it now. Okay, make sure you have a kitchen towel like this, you know, to soak up the liquid. So I will remove the beef pieces. Okay, this is how it's done. The first step that we did just now. Okay, we cut the beef into 3 pieces, and then we boil it. Okay, for about 10 minutes, like about that. Okay, can we see here? Yeah, that's how it should look like. Okay. Okay, the beef stock, we need to measure it. Okay. Okay, we have our beef stock here. I need about 1.5 cups, which equals to 375 ml, because one cup is 250 ml. Okay, you add that to 1 to 5, so it will be 375. So I will pour into my measuring cup here. Can everybody see? Okay. So we have 375 here. Okay, about that. All right, so we started with 375, and we have the beef stock, also 375. All right. So now we come to the second part. third part maybe. Yeah. Okay. We are going to prepare our desiccated coconut. Okay. This is the desiccated coconut. This is the unsweetened one. All right. Please don't buy the sweetened desiccated coconut. You need to get the plain, yeah, or without sugar. Okay. Because I'm sure over there it's very hard to get fresh coconut, and like we in a tropical climate. Okay, so what you're going to do with this desiccated coconut, yeah, about 50 grams, I'm going to dry fry. Okay, so follow me to the stove now. Okay, so I'm going to put the desiccated coconut in my pan. Okay, without any oil, just the desiccated coconut. And on a low flame, we're going to fry this until it becomes golden brown. Okay, so make sure you are here at the stove to stir, all right? Because we want it to be, we don't want it to get burned, okay? Okay, there you can spend a bit of time, stirring all the way. If you are staying in Malaysia or Indonesia or even India, where coconut grows abundantly, you can use the fresh coconut, grated coconut, okay? And either toast it or just fry it like this over slow heat to get it into a brown, golden brown, okay? Yes, anybody have any questions? Okay, can you see it's beginning to get golden? Okay, so keep on stirring until it becomes almost toasted, okay? Okay, for those out there, especially in Malaysia, if you're interested to get these pans, actually, these marble stoneware pans, you can, there's a link afterwards, after this, you can see on YouTube with my video, then you can order by clicking the link, all right? So, beginning to get brown here. Perhaps we'll lower the heat a bit. Okay. Is everybody doing okay? So I'm sure everybody's like, enjoying them. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Either watching me cook, preparing this dish, which is very authentic in this part of the world, in Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and Brunei. Okay. Can you see that it has turned light brown? So I suggest we switch off the fire, okay, and we remove it and let it cool a bit, okay. Okay, that's our toasted desiccated coconut. We need to blend this. So while waiting for, we need to cool it down for a while, just about maybe 1 minute or so. So I'm gonna let it rest here. This is my pot. Missing in action. I left it here. So make sure you take it off from the fire before it gets really brown, because you know, with the heat from the pan, okay, you might get burned. Okay. So I'll put it on here, okay, for a while. So is everybody with me? Okay, I'm sure they are okay. So I'll show you what it's like here in Malaysia. We have this. It's called coconut paste. Coconut paste. This is the one that I'm doing now. But since this is made from a fresh grated coconut, which has been dry fried like this, and then ground until it's a bit oily. So this is a crucial ingredient in cooking rendang, especially, and a lot of traditional dishes here. Maybe if you have heard of pajri, pineapple pajri or brinjal pajri, we use this. It's called coconut paste. I'm teaching you how to do it with desiccated coconut. All right, so while waiting for it to cool down a bit, okay, so I'm going to share with you some of my cookbooks which are in the market and which you can purchase actually, because they are bilingual in Malay and in Bahasa Melayu, which is our local language here, and also in English. So there are 3 sites, as you can see here. This was published in 2016, 2017, and 2018. So these are my books. Okay, perhaps you, okay, maybe if you want to order, there's a link actually to the online bookstores. Okay, it's only about £1 per book, and it's ringgit here, and it's about £1. This is a book on pudding and desserts actually. So it has a 12 series actually on a lot of topics like fish, seafood, kerabu sambal, and also there are, in one of those series, I have compiled fried chickens from around the world. So it must be interesting to know. There's also a recipe, a 300-year-old recipe from America. So if you want to look at the books, and then you can go online with a link underneath. Later it will be given. So these are part of my 88 cookbooks that I have. Okay, so I hope you will be able to purchase it and enjoy cooking as much as I enjoy preparing them. Okay, so now we have our desiccated coconut about 1 minute. So cool down. Then I have here my blender. Okay, and then we're going to put our toasted desiccated coconut into our blender. This is how we're going to do the coconut paste, which I showed you. You might even find it actually in packets in the Asian shops, perhaps. Okay, that's our coconut. Okay, and to this we need to add a 1/4 cup of oil. Okay, do you know that a 1/4 cup equals 4 tablespoons? But make sure it's a metric tablespoon you're using. Okay, which 1 tablespoon equals 15 ml. So we need 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. You may use other vegetable oils, okay? Have sunflower oil or even palm oil. That's 2, 3, and 4 tablespoons, which equals 60 ml. Okay. All right. So we're going to blend this. Okay. Okay, that's it. We're going to scrape the sides, okay, and blend once more. It won't be too oily like the one that you saw just now, you know, the ones that we did, we have around here, but it's close, very close to the original coconut paste. Okay, we will blend again, making sure it's really secure. Sorry. Yes. Okay, so you should have a paste like this. Okay, that way. So we will need about 2 tablespoons of this, okay, for this dish. So the rest you can actually put into cookies if you want to do cookies, okay. So I'm going to separate about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to use the tablespoon here, the actual metric tablespoon, okay, about 2 tablespoons. Okay, you can even sprinkle on cereals. This is very tasty actually, okay. In fact, you can store it at room temperature, okay, and it won't go rancid, right? So we need about 2 tablespoons. And perhaps next time, if you want to try to make curries, or you want to make this beef dendeng again, you won't have to. You can skip this part, all right? So that's roughly about 2 tablespoons of toasted desiccated coconut. So store it in a well-covered container, and like I mentioned, you can use it anytime. Okay, you can use it on your cornflakes, cereals, and you can do a rendang, you know, or you can do dendeng. All right. So the next step is for us to cut our beef. It has cooled down now. Okay, so I'm preparing the dishes for the final cooking. Now it's just preparing all the ingredients. Okay, so for this we will need our gloves. Okay, so we're going to cut our beef into thin pieces. Okay, I'm going to slice it thinly. All right. So I will need a container to put my beef on. Okay, so we will take a piece here, and we will cut along the grain. So across the, this part, this is the grain part. So this is the way to cut our beef thinly. Okay. Right. So you will, so this is the way, as thinly as possible. Okay. So wipe that a bit. Okay, so we will continue to cut into pieces. It's okay if you do it haphazardly, you know, you want to cut from here as long as it's against the grains. Okay, that way. So anybody have any questions regarding the preparation for this beef dendeng? Okay. So the ingredients are basically easy to find. Okay, we have beef here, we have onions, we have all that. Yeah. And we come to the second block kocak that we cut it up and boil. So you start to slice. Everyone is okay, I guess. It's quite straightforward, okay? Okay. All right, so that's our second piece. And we have our third piece here.
Hi, Norzailina, I have a question.
Yes, go on.
Are there any other cuts of beef that you can use, or is it just the chuck that you recommend?
You can use any part of beef actually, because later we are going to pound it until very thin. So if it's not the tender part, any part would be good.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So now we have this piece, which I will continue. Okay, so we're going to slice it this way. In fact, for those who don't take beef, they may prepare it with chicken, but I recommend, well, you need not boil the chicken first, you know, unless you're using breast, the breast part of the chicken, because chicken cooks quite you know, quickly compared to beef. But dendeng is always associated with beef, not chicken. Might be a new recipe. Okay, so we have our beef slices here. Okay, so that's the way. And continue to cut. There's a tough part. So I believe in the olden days, you know, this is a very traditional recipe. In the olden days, they might even use buffalo meat to prepare this dish. Usually it's for big gatherings or festivals. And here we also prepare it, you know, we even, you know, for parties and all the, sometimes we have gatherings, family gatherings and all that. Okay. So we're gonna wipe our board here. Okay. Now we come to the part where it's a bit tedious, but this is what makes a dendeng actually. You know, from the beef, you have to pound it a bit. Okay. So here I have prepared baking paper. Okay, and I'm using my pestle. Okay, to pound the meat. Okay, if you have that what do you call that, beef, you can pound it. If you have it, then you can mallet. Sorry, thank you. If you have a beef mallet, then you can use your beef mallet. So I'm going to wear another glove, okay, because I'm going to handle the beef, all right? Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with this beef here, then we're going to put it here, then we're going to pound it a bit until it's flattened. Okay, usually they would recommend pounding it from the outside inside, okay? From the outer edges, then you end it in the middle. Okay, that's how it is. If you don't have well, this is a very crucial part of Malaysian, even Indonesian, because of the pestle and mortar, we use a lot. No joke, okay? We use a lot, so we have it in every house. If you don't have a meat mallet, you can use a rolling pin. Yes, you can use a rolling pin by doing this, the same method, okay, to make the beef become thin like this. All right, so we will continue with all this. Okay, start from the outside into the beef. Okay, well, it needs a bit of energy, but the end result, I assure you, is really delicious. Okay, so that's it. By all means, if you are at home, you have more time, you can cook the beef longer. Okay. Okay, that's it. So if you live in a flat or a condominium, mind the person underneath you, the neighbor. Don't hit this on the floor. So you keep on pounding it so it's quite thin. Okay, it should be this way. I started it that way, and then it should be thin like this. Okay, can we see here? It should be thin like this and broken up a bit. This is what we are looking for. Okay, so we have the next one. So this process takes a bit of time. Maybe if you are at home, you can ask your loved ones to help you pound the beef. Okay. Okay, as long as you don't break it too much. Okay, and then that's it. So I will continue because this is the only process, some people say very significant of dendeng. Okay. There's another way to do dendeng. They boil the beef, the blocks of beef for a long time. Then they will, tear it into tiny pieces, very fine pieces. Some dendeng are done that way. All this dendeng, beef dendeng has many versions also. Some people use a lot of spices in them. Some don't. Like what I have prepared today is a very easy version of dendeng. Okay. So we can continue to pound our beef, our boiled beef. In fact, if you can boil your beef first, and then slice it or keep it in the chiller and then slice it. So maybe someone would help me to pound this while I do the next one. Okay. I'm having my assistant because we're running out of time. Okay. Thank you very much. So, okay, while someone else is doing that pounding for me, okay, we move on to our next step in doing this dendeng, okay? So, like I mentioned, if you want to do the pounding earlier, keep it and then, pound it and then keep it in the chiller and do this when you are, at another time, you can do that actually. So I have here another pan. It's a SHEFU pan, 30 cm SHEFU pan. Okay. This range, they have four types of pans actually. All right. So we can. I'm the biggest SHEFU pan. It has 5 layers of non-stick and also these marble stone, and they're very handy, and it doesn't need a lot of heat, a big fire, for cooking, because it's really energy saving. Okay, so we have here our oil. Okay, so we're going to have very, lightly, because now we're going to fry. Can we have the pounded? So I will saute the beef slices, which I have pounded. Okay. So just to make it a bit brown, yeah, crisp at the edges. So I'll show you how to. Okay, so these are the beef slices, which has been pounded, and we'll fry it for a moment to make it crispy. Okay, so we don't need that much of oil. I'll move it all around. Okay, so this is another crucial part in preparing this beef dendeng. Okay. So with this bit of oil is enough. Then we will turn it. So once you can see the edges being a bit brown, then we can turn it. Yes, that's the way. Okay. Yeah, you can see the crispy bit. All right. Okay, so it's just to make them a bit crispy. Okay. You can smell the beef now. Okay. This is only the. Okay, so I don't get them burnt. Just the edges should be a bit brown. Okay, just to cook it nicely. So it has this crunch to it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Be careful, you might make the oil splatter a bit. I will lower the heat while we wait for the next batch. Okay. So here's our next batch. Thank you to my efficient assistant. Okay. So, so we have the beef slices. Given another round of making them crispy, slightly browning them. Okay. So this is the essence of beef dendeng actually. Yeah? It takes a long time. It takes some time actually, but it's the traditional way of preparing it, and it's a very popular dish around here in Malaysia and in Indonesia. Okay, so the cooking process is very fast actually. Only the preparing the beef takes a bit of time, which is a very traditional method. Perhaps I'll put it in some more. Yeah? So it doesn't It doesn't take a long time, right? To get it crisp. So if you're doing it with chicken, you can perhaps skip this part because chicken is very tender. Okay. But if you're using the breast part, maybe you just want to give it a bit of color. Okay. All right. So we're gonna remove all this. Has brown, slightly brown. Okay. Maybe if you have more time, then you can give it a few more minutes. Okay. Just a little of oil to get it going. Okay. Okay. The crispy bit. All right. And this is our last batch. Yeah. Make sure you flatten the beef pieces when you fry it, okay, so that every part will get the crisp. Okay. All right. So that's our beef pieces. Can move it around. So you get some kiss of the oil. All right. Okay. Is everybody doing okay? I hope so. All right. So we're done.
Yes, thank you.
Pardon?
Gone really well so far, thank you.
So now when it starts to be crispy, then we will start our cooking process, which is very fast actually. So we have some sugar here. Okay, I'm using brown sugar to be added. And also a bit of salt. Right, so I see our beef turned quite crispy. Then it's time to turn them around. Okay. Yeah, the red part is gone because it has cooked. So the cooking process doesn't take long because the beef is done. Okay. Now we're gonna move it. Just barely crispy. Okay. So this is the fried, flattened, or pounded beef pieces. Looks yummy, and you want to try it now, but not yet because we want to do the spices, to fry the saute ingredients. Okay. Now to that we add a bit of oil. Here about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Okay. And the first thing, once the oil is hot, okay, we're going to put in our blended paste. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's our blended paste. Okay, so we're going to stir it, cook it over medium-high heat until it's really cooked. Okay. Okay. This is another crucial, important part in Asian cooking, actually in Asian cuisine, because you need to saute our blended paste. It's usually onion, lemongrass, galangal, ginger, maybe turmeric, fresh turmeric. If you see that, because of the blended paste, it's quite a lot, so we need a bit of oil so that it cooks nicely. All right. So this is called stir frying, and in most of the Asian cooking and Nyonya cooking, even Indian and Chinese cooking, they would saute all the blended pieces, blended onions, the blended paste, okay, in oil, and let it cook until it's really fragrant. Okay, that's the most important part. And even when you do curries, you need to make sure that the onion, the blended paste, or even the chopped paste, you really cook so that the flavor will go into your curry or your dendeng for today, for that matter. Okay, so be patient and take a bit of time cooking this method. Sometimes a lot of people say this step is so important because it will one thing, it will make your dendeng or curry more flavorful. Another one is it will it won't go that easily. So you can keep it for quite some time and you not heat it. Okay, so we have here. So if you are using 1 tablespoon of chili flakes, it will not look this red actually. Okay, so make sure you stir it and so that it's really properly cooked. Because it is important, this part, this sauteing part, to ensure the chilies are cooked, the onions are well done, okay? And as you leave it to cook, you can see the oil coming on the surface, all right? Which means it's almost done. Then smell, one big cat, you can smell what's cooking on the other side of the world, and it will be marvelous, isn't it? Okay. So that's it. We'll give it a few more minutes. So if you are using chicken, you can parboil the chicken and cut it into pieces and leave it aside. You might want to give it a bit of crisp. It's okay, you can fry for a while. And then the method for cooking is also the same actually. Once you add in all the ingredients, and the last one you will put the beef in. All right, so we are almost there. Okay, so I will put in my sweet soya sauce. Let me show you here. Is it okay? Here, this is a sweet soya sauce, okay, or kicap manis. All right. There's another version. It's salty soya sauce. So I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of this. We're using about 3 tablespoons of the sweet soy sauce because it will give a creamy taste to our dendeng. So this is 1 tablespoon. Okay, 2 tablespoons and 3 tablespoons. By all means, if you want a darker dendeng, you can add more, all right? And we need a bit of our stock. Okay. You might want to finish the stock if you have a lot of time, but since I'm running out of time, I will not put all because it will take time to dry up. Okay. So this is the gravy for the dendeng. I want to add a bit of soy sauce to get it a bit a darker tone. So it doesn't matter actually if you add a bit more. Because it won't be salty, but a dendeng is always dark in color. All right. Okay, we have here our dendeng. Okay, and the next step is to add a bit of sugar. I'm using brown sugar. Okay, and a bit of salt. Just a tiny bit. You need to taste it, okay, before you add more. Okay, that's it. And our roasted coconut paste. Okay, the one that we prepared just now. Okay, it takes some time, but it's worth it actually. That's it. Okay, add it. Okay, this is the proper way, perhaps my way of doing the beef dendeng. There are many versions. Okay, and this is one of the versions. And now, as you can see, the oil rising and everything is. I should taste actually, but later. So we will put in the fried beef. All right. So at this point, you can lower down the heat a bit. Okay. That's it. We are almost done. If you want, you can eat this with practically everything. You can even eat with rice. And then with burgers, as a filling for your burgers, even wraps, rolls, I can show you in a moment, okay? So basically, that's it. That's our beef dendeng. I'm sure it's delicious. Over here, most people will eat it with rice, actually. So if you want it to be a bit thicker, you will, simmer it at a low heat and let it cook slow and steady. All right, while I get the rice and the burgers and the wrappers ready. So we have here our rice. Okay. So I want to show you, with the viewers, I want to share a tip which I know about keeping mint leaves fresh. Okay, this is the way actually to put the mint leaves. Let me show here, it's easier, okay? All right, to put the mint leaf inside a glass of water or a container of water and cover it with a plastic bag and put it in a chiller, and it will be very fresh, almost 2-3 weeks, okay? But do change the water and make sure there are no leaves inside the water, okay? This is a way of keeping the mint leaves fresh, okay? Make sure to cover it and put in the chiller. All right, and then here we have our butter rice, which I've prepared. Maybe I'll put some garnishing here. Okay, I'll put my mint leaves here. And a tomato, which I have cut into a rose. Okay. Then I will scoop up the dendeng and put at the side. So now we can switch it around. Okay, and give it another stir. Can you see it has turned quite thick now. Okay, this is very nice to eat with bread. You can dip with all the gravy there. Okay, so I will put on the side here with the butter rice. Yes, that's how it is. So before, when you were sauteing just now, you can add the dried lemongrass. One of our viewers was using lemongrass. Okay, you can add it when you are sauteing the onion paste and all that. Okay, this is our first dish, our dendeng. Then we can do with our you can also put it or wrap it. Okay, I have a tortilla wrapper here. Then we can put our salad here, lettuce, okay, and then put our dendeng on top, and then we will roll it. Okay, that's number 2. Let me get some beef here. Okay, you can put on top of the lettuce here. And perhaps put some gravy inside so we can wrap it all up together. You can also cut it up if you want, to make it smaller pieces. And then wrap it up together. Like this. Yeah, okay, that's another version of our beef dendeng. And the last one, perhaps we'll just use a burger. Okay, for the burgers, we might want to put some cucumber, okay, and our alfalfa shoots. We have cucumber, we have tomato, right? The usual. And then we will put our dendeng on top. A little bit. Okay, so we'll have our dendeng. Yes, it's a special way of making for your friends and let them taste how good this Malaysian and Indonesian dish is. So if there's a cheese somewhere, put some gravy on top. Okay. All right. And then we will put a piece of cheese, perhaps, so that it will be melting, gooey and melting because of the hot. All right. And then we can cover and enjoy our dendeng burger. So I have also make some leaves, some flowers there with a chili. Okay, as you can see, I've done this. It's spring onions. You put the chili piece inside there, and then you let it let it bloom, yeah, inside water. Okay, just for garnishing. Okay. And for the roll, maybe we want to put here. Okay, let me slice it first. So that's our dendeng here. Okay. Perhaps you want to put some alfalfa shoots. Okay, here's our garlic and alfalfa shoots as a decoration. And here I have some red chilies, which I have cut with a sharp scissors. You cut it up, and then it will, it will bloom up in the water. So make sure you wear your gloves before you do this. Okay, then we have another one here to make your dish look nice. All right, maybe it will stand like that. So can everybody see what we can do with dendeng? A lot of things, yes. I hope everyone will try this dish, okay? Okay, can we see here? We have dendeng in the wrap, dendeng with butter rice, and dendeng burger. Wow, can't wait to dig in. So I hope everybody enjoyed my cooking today. And thank you to Cook Along with the Stars, who has given me a chance to share this delicious and interesting recipe. And for any feedbacks you may want to contact, or you can leave a comment in the YouTube channel, okay, in the link there. So I hope everybody is happy and be able to cook. Can I have any response from others there who have been trying to follow?
That was amazing. Thank you so much. So delicious.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Amazing. And I love the plating suggestions. They were awesome.
That's
Thank you. It was amazing.
Thank you so much.
it was
All right.
that was totally amazing. I wrote everything down and I watched you, and I'll be making it later. I could almost smell it from here. That was really cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I hope you really enjoy eating it. Okay.
Will do. Thank you.
I hope everybody will stay safe, okay, in these pandemic times, okay. Take care of yourselves, your family, your loved ones. Till another session with Cook Along with the Stars from Malaysia. I'm Chef Lynn. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye.